Hi fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Ascendant, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, and those of you cross-watching, welcome to your Tarot Love Messages. In today's reading, we're going to take a look and see what is the truth of your connection. So, what are their true feelings, their true intentions, their true and most honest thoughts about you and about this connection and where it's headed. There's going to be part 2 to this reading, guys, and in part 2, we are going to explore the messages in a little bit more detail and also follow on from the messages in part 1. Part 2 is going to be made available via the extension link below. For those of you interested in a personalized tarot reading with myself, please feel free to reach out and inquire. My email address is also going to be listed below the video. Okay, so what is your person's true and honest intentions? Okay, bottom of the deck you've got the King of Pentacles. Duality is coming through very strongly in this reading, okay? Having to make a choice between two very different people. Having to make a decision which I feel like, or commit to a choice or a decision which I feel like is going to have two very different outcomes and very different consequences that will ensue. Your person they are romantically invested in this connection. They really are. And they're coming across as someone who is King of Pentacles energy, someone who is loving, loyal, sensual, stable, craves security, wants stability in a relationship, wants to be able to receive those things as well as give those things to their partner. However, it feels like there is some sort of decision that needs to be made, a choice or a decision. I feel like with your person's energy, they want to commit, but there's something here that's stopping them, or there's something here that hasn't necessarily allowed them to fully commit to you, okay? I feel like there's some sort of, and to me it feels like there's a fear that resides in their energy, and this fear is causing a lot of confusion and a lot of ambiguous energy in the reading itself, because it feels like this person wants to move forward, but there's something here that holds them back. And essentially it's a fear of the past repeating itself, a fear of being hurt, a fear of being taken advantage of, you know, a fear of things not working out, especially with the Moon card. Because the thing is, they have, in the past, your person has had unrealistic or very fantastical versions or expectations of a relationship and of a person. And illusions are just that. They're illusions, they're deceptive, they're illusory, you know, they're unrealistic. And when something here hasn't necessarily unfolded and hasn't gone the way that they've envisioned it, because something was built up on unrealistic expectations, and now this person, as a result, they've been hurt. And it's also put them in this energy where they're scared to open themselves up, and they're scared to maybe be vulnerable. There's a vulnerability to their energy. They are invested and they do want something long term, but I feel like the reason why this may be a slow burning connection is because this person wants to take their time. You know, there's a Ten of Swords energy where, especially in reverse, where it appears as though your person is still, there's something here that they haven't necessarily healed. It signals the need to heal a situation, or the need to heal a past emotional wound, or, you know, an insecurity of some sort, something that I feel like that they need to recover from, and something that they need to heal. But to me it feels like they're maybe scared to do that. So there's there's something here that I feel like is overshadowing. So something to do with a fear or an insecurity of theirs that is essentially overshadowing what could be a very beautiful commitment and a very beautiful connection. For some of you, there could be long distance involved, and you know, the long distance, maintaining a long distance relationship is never easy. It can be very difficult, tumultuous, and challenging. Relationships in itself aren't easy, so you know, think long distance thrown into the mix, it complicates things a lot more, right? So I feel like there's something here that is, your person has hesitations, they have reservations, they have doubts. I feel like they have great intentions. I feel like they have very pure and very honest intentions, but I feel like they're scared to put themselves in a position where they can fully love you. Okay, Six of Wands energy, you know, your person wants to move things forward in a positive direction and in a right direction with you, but at the same time I feel like they're scared to jeopardize this connection, because maybe they've done some, you know, jeopardizing and sabotaging in the past. They don't want to repeat itself. There is some sort of uncertainty, some sort of confusion, or some sort of illusion or unrealistic expectation that needs to be let go of. But all in all, I feel like your person, you know, they feel something very special with you. They feel like the two of you just emotionally connect. They feel like this just works, and they feel like, you know, this could be something so much more than what it is. But I see that they do think about this. I feel like your person's very much a thinker. I feel like they're very much in their head about things, and I feel like there's something here that, to me, it feels like your person is planning. They're planning on making a move, or they're planning on carrying out some action which seems as it's going to bring the two of you closer together, or it's even going to bring you back together again. I feel like your person is very much invested and wants to invest more of themselves. But at the same time, I do feel like that, you know, there needs to be some shadow work or some inner work that needs to be done, because the moon is, especially with the presence of the moon's energy, it's uncertainty, it's confusion, it's emotional confusion, it's mental confusion. And your person might be torn between having to make a decision between yourself and a career choice, because I feel like whatever this decision or choice they have to commit, and even this relationship, this connection itself, they, you know, they want this to be, they want their next relationship to be the last relationship. They want to commit wholeheartedly. But I just feel like there's some sort of insecurity or some sort of anxiety that is preventing them from doing so. And I think it has to do with an unhealed emotional wound that still festers, or an unaddressed and, you know, unresolved issue that is still residing in their energy. And that's causing these blockages, but it's also causing them to repeat certain cyclical emotional or behavioral patterns. And unless they untangle the knots on some of those issues and those patterns, unfortunately I feel like that potentially could get in the way of things. They're giving this a lot of thought. They're giving this connection, and they're giving, especially for those of you that are doing long distance, or if you've given this person some sort of ultimatum, I guess, or, you know, if you've been pressing them for them to become a little bit more committed to this, and for them to become a little bit more concrete. It feels like your person is doing a lot of thinking, a lot of back and forth, a lot of trying to figure things out. But I do see them, you know, I do see that there's going to be action that is taken that is going to bring the two of you closer together again. So if this is long distance, they might essentially be making travel plans to see you. Otherwise, this is, you know, them wanting to become closer to you, them wanting to build on this connection. I feel like your person knows. I feel like your person, to an extent, they know that there is something here from the past which hasn't been dealt with. Now, the question is, are they ready to fix it? Are they ready to work through it? The two of you also have a very special, I feel like there's a really nice, your energies play well with each other. Your energies really complement each other. And I feel like this could be a very special, sacred union. That both of you are very in tune with each other. But I feel like you can also pick up on this person's energy. You can pick up that there's something that's holding them back. I don't think this person is, you know, keeping secrets, or I don't think they're purposefully holding themselves back from you. I think they may be unaware, okay? It's unintentional and, you know, unknowingly here. They're not aware that there is something here that's causing them to maybe doubt. There's something here that's causing them to, you know, pull back their energy to an extent. I feel like it very much has to do with, someone, okay, I feel like this, I'm almost getting like a mess needs to be cleaned up. So something from the past, you know, they need to tie up loose ends. They need to close the chapter on, you know, close a chapter so they can begin a new chapter with you. They need to, you know, cut ties with an energy or a connection that is just no longer serving them. You know, it's run its course, it's done its thing, there's nothing left in it for them. So it feels like they have to move on, clean up a mess, tie up some loose ends, or move on from the past. They have to close up a cycle before they can begin this with you. On some level, they're aware of it, whether consciously or whether subconsciously. Okay, they're aware that, you know, something here needs to be done so they can move forward here. But I feel like they're aware, or I feel like what they're fearful of is they know that if they close the door on this, whatever this is for them, it could be an ex, it could be a past relationship, and maybe, look, they're hoping to maybe reunite things with the ex, or they're hoping to, whatever the situation is, it feels like they didn't fully close the door on it. They left it slightly ajar just in case, you know, it remains that way, just in case they hope to reopen the doors to a past again. So they kind of, it's kind of giving themselves a choice, but in fully closing the door, in slamming the door shut on this, you know, situation or this past energy, that means that they're crossing the point of no return. They can't go back to it, because that means, you know, that's done. The chapter's closed. The door's been slammed shut. There's just there's no going back. And that's not to say that they don't want to move forward with you. They do, but they know that if they were, you know, if they were to move forward, that's it. That's their only way, is moving forward, and they can't go back on the past. So maybe a part of them is still holding on to something or someone. Maybe a part of them is still holding space for someone or something. I feel like there's just, and it might not be, look, it might not be that they still have feelings for an ex. It may just be there's still lingering emotions, that, you know, residual emotions that linger still from the relationship. Hurt, anger, resentment, anxiety, attachment issues, anything like that. I feel like they're doing some spying or stalking, but I feel like it's possibly on an ex. However, you could be the ex in this reading. Okay? You could be the one that, you know, the both of you are in a separation or a disconnection here, and you've come up as the ex energy, and you know, this person is still very much attached to you and they want to move forward, but I feel like whatever has happened here between the both of you in the past is keeping them stuck there, and they keep replaying over and over again these past events, which I feel like have had a very heavy emotional impact on them. Okay, so in part 2 of the reading, we just want to explore here. We want to continue on and explore whether this person is going to let go of the past, because it's the past that's holding them back, and you know, whether they're finally going to make a decision and commit to their commitments, because there's something that they're going back and forth about in their head, We want to know if they're going to finally commit and if they're going to move forward, and if so, when. So follow me by the extension link below to part 2. Thank you guys for your time, your energy, your attention. Please show your support if you haven't already by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Bye.